joins me now. Senator, you were in that room last night, if I'm not mistaken, and there was a very long section. We played a little bit, but I mean, that whole section on the fraud in Social Security he did a long riff, each age bracket, reading out these numbers. You could hear the boos, which I think were coming from Democrats. What was your reaction in that moment to what you were hearing and what the goal was?
Well, Donald Trump has stopped stunning me. He doesn't surprise me anymore. But this was a lie that they've been perpetrating for months. It has been so clearly debunked time and time and time again that for him to bring it up in this speech when most of the people in that room on both sides of the aisle knew that this was a blatant lie. And he did it in a mocking tone. You're not being hyperbolic in any way. This is a person who's trying to carry out what we've seen in the past, people trying to privatize Social Security or end the program or point to it as the problem we have in government, emblematic of the problem, when in reality, it is a vital program that Americans have been paying into their entire working life. And so here's the two-pronged strategy. One is this delegitimization, is to make it a mockery, is to tell lies over and over and over again until people start to believe that this is a broken program. And then at the same time, they are firing people that are essential to make the program work effectively and efficiently. And how do we know this? Because one of the first people they fired was the Inspector General who ran that report that you just used to expose the lies, the person that's in charge of keeping that institution accountable to the people and free of waste, fraud, and abuse.
You know, right-wingers have hated Social Security from the time that it was passed in the New Deal. It's been a perennial complaint. It's probably the most successful social insurance program in the United States history, among the most successful in the Western world. And Elon Musk at least was honest about this in a conversation he had with Joe Rogan recently. I want to play it for you because here you're seeing, I mean, this is a way of characterizing Social Security its enemies have used, again, since the 1930s. Take a listen.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so, well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately, but the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. If you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue.
Now, that's something that opponents have said in 1933 or 34. It's an intergenerational compact. We all understand that current workers pay for current retirees. That's the way it functions in the money flows. That money's held for you in an account. But what does it say to you that Musk is willing to say that, what their intentions are?
Again, the language they're using, Ponzi scheme, trying to make people feel like this is a program that doesn't work when it's worked for generations and generations, and to distract people from the simple fixes to it. You know, they cap Social Security payments, and so that the wealthiest amongst us, or even people making over $200,000, don't pay Social Security taxes. So Elon Musk, while the percentage of a working class firefighter or teacher, while they pay a higher percentage of their income towards Social Security, much higher than Elon Musk does, significantly higher. And the way we make this more solvent is asking the wealthiest amongst us to pay a more commensurate percentage that people in the lower and middle income brackets are paying. So these are the ideas that we know will fix it and make it stronger and more solvent going into the future. But I know people who live on their Social Security check. They're barely getting by. They're struggling. Those are vital checks. And now what these folks are trying to do is take away that system that people have paid into, that they've earned, as opposed to facing the reality, which is just make it a fairer tax system, and the system will be solvent.
There was a meeting, I think, today, Musk with some Republican senators, in which I think they kind of, I don't know, from the reporting I read, they kind of gently suggested, like, maybe go to Congress for all your cuts. Cool idea. An idea also commensurate with the United States Constitution, 200 plus years of unbroken governance. I don't know if that's going to happen, but my question to you is, as we move towards government funding and the big bill that's going to pass, do you and your Democratic colleagues have any faith whatsoever that any negotiations that might happen with your colleagues across the aisle on appropriations will mean a single thing: if Elon Musk and Donald Trump arrogate to themselves the unilateral right to not spend or spend whatever they want to.
Well, that's the thing. It's a violation of the separation of powers. Spending decisions are made in Congress, plain as day, in the Constitution. And yet we see the President of the United States trying to impound money that's already been approved, trying to make cuts of entire agencies without coming to Congress, which created those agencies. We have a real challenge right now with their violating the Constitution, and that's why we have them tied up in court. So if you're asking for my faith, I don't listen to what someone says. I watch what they do. And what is Donald Trump doing right now? That reconciliation bill that passed over there in the House, after them saying they wouldn't cut Medicaid, well, we know how the system works.
Yeah.
They referred over $800 billion worth of cuts to the Energy and Commerce Committee. The only place they can get that amount of money is by taking a battle axe and devastating the Medicaid program that almost the majority of our kids are born using, and about 2/3 of our elders in nursing homes and disabled people. Again, this is Donald Trump trying to attack health care in America. So I have no trust here. I believe what I see, and what I see is a president already in the process of trying to take down Medicaid and beginning the process of undermining Social Security and Medicare and other vital things, all in order to give bigger tax cuts to billionaires like him and Elon Musk, and still at the same time blowing a massive $2 trillion further hole in our national debt. It's not fiscally responsible, it's not morally right, and what they're trying to do is also illegal.
Senator Cory Booker, New Jersey, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Coming up, Elon Musk's willing